The voters of the country have told us for some time now that between the two philosophies, John McCain let the market basically do it. Let lower taxes, let people get us out of the bad economic times, or Senator Obama, who's got a very ambitious government spending program, which the McCain people put at some astronomical figure of close to $1 trillion. I'm not even going to get into that debate. All right, but here's what the voters tell us. 70% of the voters say something. There's a role for government to play. In other words, the voters at the moment don't want this to be a let the market solve the problem. They expect the government to participate in the economic recovery and help people where they live.
Can we get some reaction to that? Because you're all voters and you're all American citizens. So do you want the government to have a role in this bailout, or are you offended by it? How many people think the government, as Terry just said, should have a role? Don't be afraid. You can put your hand up. A small role? I heard a small role. Who thinks that it should be up to Wall Street itself to deal with its problems? It's okay. Don't be shy. It's okay to have an opinion. That's why we're here. Anybody have a question about the bailout or about the about anything that the guys have been talking about?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Barry Forgening. Thanks for coming today. This is great. John McCain made a comment last night that seemed to shock the media when he said that when he's president, he's going to buy the failed mortgages and reassess them and allow the people to pay them at a reasonable rate. Everyone seemed to be very shocked by that in the media. Was that a major gaffe, or?
It was a duplication of a program already in place. Right now, under the new bailout plan, the President of the United States has the power, with the signature, to go to the Treasury Secretary and to say, I want you to buy up failed mortgages. I want you to prevent foreclosures under the bailout plan. What he was basically saying was that one of his first acts would be to enact that aspect of the bill, but he had a name for it. It was a pretty good, I felt it was a pretty good technique for him last night because it gave him something new. And there wasn't a lot new in last night's debate, besides the fact that they walked and talked at the same time. That was really it. And the fact is that was something new. And the freeze on spending was absurd because it's not going to happen, especially in an economy where you have to stimulate. Government spending has a lot to do with the economy. Have something to say? Yeah.
Let me try to answer your question specifically. It wasn't a gaffe. John McCain knew exactly what he was doing. He may be 72 years old, but he's not stupid. And what he sees is what we all see. He sees that right now he has a huge credibility gap on the economy. He knows that he stumbled out of the gate when this whole financial mess started about 3 weeks ago. He also knows that Barack Obama, under the Klieg lights, is pretty cool and pretty calm and pretty collected, and he has a message when it comes to the economy, and the American people know that. John McCain knows that. So what he had to do last night is he had to connect with you. He had to say, I understand your concerns, I understand your issues, and as President of the United States, I'm going to make some bold action. Now the question becomes is whether or not you and everyone else in this room believe him or not. I'll leave that up to you. But my point is that wasn't a gaffe. That was a very calculated political, but also policy move.
And popular.
That's right. That's right.
That one will be very popular because it does move him away from his basically market-oriented solution. And what voters have been saying for some time now is, you're bailing out Wall Street, what about us? And we still have the problem, that some people bought homes that they couldn't afford, and some people have had the values of their homes drop, and now they're in an unusual position of owning homes that are worth less, but have mortgage interest rates that are rising. Now, the Fed dropped the discount rate, so I expect interest rates to fall, but we're not out of this crisis until the folks out there get the mortgage situation under control. And I think that was actually very smart on Senator McCain's part.
He also did something else that was kind of interesting last night. One of his biggest problems right now and challenges in the campaign is it's sort of hard to quantitate this or really find the quality in this, but there's something that Americans feel. It's a comfort level, but it's what I call command presence. And command presence was definitely Obama's strength in terms of the ability to look like a president. When McCain was running into Washington a couple of weeks ago, Obama said everybody should stay calm. It was very interesting to see the performance level of how he performed in public. And how a guy who's 47 years old, young in Washington politics, was able to create this sense of I'm in control. by offering that plan last night, which wasn't a gaffe, he basically said, I got a plan. He hit it right out of the box, and I'm going to try to hit a home run with this tonight. Well, I think he hit a single or a double. Nevertheless, it wasn't bad for him.